When it comes to Diddy Combs, the line between hip-hop legend and headline magnate has never been thin. But August 2025 proved that the drama around Diddy isn't fading. If anything, it's intensifying. And this time, the gossip cycle wasn't built on music releases or luxury parties. It was fueled by courtrooms, lawsuits, and an industry struggling. Now let's get one thing straight right from the top. As of September 2025, Diddy has not been convicted, sentenced, or sent to prison. Despite social media rumors and fabricated posts suggesting orange jumpsuits and prison mugshots, the reality is far more complicated. What actually dominated August were ongoing civil lawsuits, federal investigations that continue to cast shadows, and a deepening divide in how the public and the industry react to his presence. So what happened in August that reignited the fire around Diddy? Let's break it down. First, the lawsuits. Multiple civil cases alleging sexual assault, misconduct, and abuse remain active. Court filings in New York and California saw a flurry of motion hearings during the month. Attorneys sparred over evidence, testimony timelines, and whether some cases should proceed together or remain separate. For Diddy, every legal motion becomes a headline, and August was no exception. Media outlets tracked deposition dates and legal maneuvers as if they were World Cup matches, and gossip blogs added fuel with speculation about secret settlements or sealed testimonies. While none of that has been proven, the sheer volume of coverage shows how much the story has captured attention. Second, the business fallout. Back in 2024, Diddy's empire began crumbling under the weight of allegations. Revolt TV, the network he once proudly helmed, publicly distanced itself. Ciroc and D'Lila partnerships faded into silence. Fashion connections grew colder. By August 2025, the picture had sharpened. The industry seems to have quietly but firmly moved on. No new deals, no public endorsements, no surprise cameos. What's left is the shadow of what used to be one of hip-hop's most powerful brands. But here's the twist. His catalog refuses to die. Streaming platforms reported small but noticeable bumps in plays of bad boy classics throughout August. Not because Diddy dropped new material, but because curiosity around the lawsuits drove audiences back to the music. It's the paradox of scandal in the streaming era. Even when an artist is radioactive in the business world, their back catalog can still chart a strange form of relevance. Fans argue about separating art from the artist, while numbers quietly tick up in the background. And then there's the family factor. Diddy's twin daughters, Jessie and D'Lila Combs, have been carving out their own place in fashion. They've walked runways, fronted campaigns, and built a strong Gen Z following. In August 2025, their rising presence clashed with headlines about their father. Fashion blogs covered their appearances at events, and Instagram reels of their modeling moments went viral. The contrast was stark. On one side, a father mired in lawsuits and public scrutiny. On the other, daughters stepping confidently into an industry that once celebrated him. That narrative of generational contrast fueled gossip columns. Is the Combs legacy truly tarnished? Or is it already being rewritten through the next generation? Now let's talk about the media spectacle. If August revealed anything, it's that celebrity scandal has become a global conversation, not just an American one. From London tabloids to Caribbean radio shows, Diddy's legal troubles were covered in very different ways. Some outlets framed him as a cautionary tale of power gone unchecked. Others highlighted the resilience of his children. And a few, predictably, leaned into conspiracy theories about federal agencies targeting hip-hop icons. None of those theories hold water, but they do show how much cultural weight Diddy's name still carries, even in disgrace. Meanwhile, the court of public opinion remains divided. Online, you'll find hashtags demanding accountability and justice, but you'll also find threads defending his contributions to music, calling out what they see as trial by media. This polarization isn't new, but in August it reached a boiling point, especially as younger fans discovered old interviews and performances through TikTok remixes. It's bizarre, but telling Diddy is simultaneously being buried under scandal and resurrected as a nostalgic figure for a generation that barely remembers the bad boy era. So, what does all of this mean for his future? As of now, Diddy faces no confirmed criminal sentencing, no prison time, and no scheduled trial date that would send him behind bars. His immediate reality is depositions, motions, and the slow grind of civil litigation. But in the gossip space, that reality matters less than the imagery. For blogs and Twitter threads, it's far more clickable to picture Diddy in a jumpsuit than in a conference room with lawyers. That's why August felt like a split-screen month. Legally, nothing has been decided. Culturally, a narrative of downfall continues to dominate. But here's where the story flips. While many predicted Diddy's disappearance from music history, August showed us something else. The Combs name still generates conversation, traffic, and engagement. Whether it's outrage or nostalgia, fashion coverage of his daughters, or legal updates on his lawsuits, the chatter refuses to die down. That suggests his place in pop culture is far from erased. It's being reshaped, redefined, and in some corners, repurposed. And that's the dramatic irony of Diddy in 2025. The man who once built his empire on being everywhere, the charts, the clubs, the runways, the boardrooms, now finds his image controlled by forces outside his reach, court filings, gossip blogs, and the unpredictable energy of online culture. His return, such as it is, isn't through a Billboard comeback or a surprise album. It's through the relentless cycle of scandal coverage that keeps his name alive even as his empire crumbles. So when people ask if Diddy is done, the answer is complicated. As a business mogul, he's been sidelined. As a legal defendant, his fight is far from over. But as a cultural figure, he remains impossible to ignore. That's the real August twist. Not a dramatic fall into prison, but a strange survival in the spotlight, powered by controversy instead of celebration. And if history tells us anything, hip-hop icons have a way of bending narratives, even at their lowest points. Whether Diddy can do that again remains the question. For now, his story is still unfolding, and the world, love him or hate him, is still watching. If you want to stay updated on stories like this, where celebrity, culture, and controversy collide, make sure you hit that subscribe button because this saga is far from over.